Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. Welcome to episode 41 of Covertape Chaos. I'm afraid it's going to be a bit of a short one this time because there are just two measly offerings on the power pack. At least both of them are full games. Hopefully they are at least half decent as well, though I wouldn't get my hopes up too high just yet. Let's start looking at the first one then. To begin with, we have Future Night, although amusingly the two games were mislabelled in the pages of the magazine. This is not the first time this has happened either. I'm sad to say that this game is not too great. It's another pretty old release dating back to 1986, and the problem is that the quality of C64 games rose incredibly high in the interim. It doesn't help that Future Night wasn't really all that great to begin with. We've also seen a lot of these slightly average action platformers recently, from iAlien to Game Over and Freddy Hardest, and this one doesn't do too much to distinguish itself from those. The graphics are nothing remarkable, though again they would have been slightly more impressive back in 1986. The sound isn't too bad, with an atmospheric hum in the background and a decent enough title screen tune. The gameplay is pretty bland though. It's the usual mix of jumping about, trying to work out where you're supposed to go, and blasting waves of enemies that won't stop spawning. Eminently skippable. Vengeance is a fairly bog-standard vertically scrolling shoot-'em-up that does at least feature one interesting gimmick. You have to earn energy by first blasting enemies and ground installations, then you must press the spacebar when near an enemy ship, the closer the better, and transfer a drone inside it. You can then pilot the drone in a first-person maze sequence in an attempt to find one of the 8 parts that you need to successfully invade the enemy base and destroy it. It's an interesting idea in theory, but tricky to execute in practice. The shooter section plays decently enough, though it does feel a bit like a suit game, even though it's not. The maze section isn't too great though, I'm afraid, with a very small window and a rapidly depleting stock of energy that will see you kicked out when it's all gone. The graphics are nothing remarkable, but at least they don't slow down, and the sound is mainly your standard bleeps and bloops with no music to speak of. On the whole, a decent but hardly spectacular effort. So we've come to the end of the episode already. That was a pretty poor power pack, it has to be said. I don't think I will be returning to either of these games again, but if I had to pick a winner, it's definitely Vengeance. That at least did try something a little different, even if the end result was nothing amazing. Let's hope the quality level jumps up a bit for Power Pack 42. We'll see if that's the case in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, take care.